Possman. This is the monthly message for February of 2015, and I hope your year is getting off to a great start. Mine is, I would like to show you the new book, which is called Wounded Healers, and what it says is, for those of you who are watching, you can see it, and for those of you who are listening, I'll read to you the title again. It's called Wounded Healers, Reflections on 20 Years of Tumultuous Membership of the Chiron Brotherhood, a men's group for male healers. And our founding members were Farron Allen, Dennis Macaulay, George Poirier, myself, Gregory Possman, Colin Tipping, and Jack Winner. And so those of you who haven't seen the book and are watching the video, the cover looks like this. And if you want to buy it, you can get it on our website, which is www.gregorypossman.com. Our Thailand trip was an amazing success. I want to thank all the people who went on the trip, and I want to thank all of those of you who helped us in the process. I know that many of you on the Earth Healing group were very instrumental in assisting, and we're very grateful. So, without further ado, let's get on to our monthly message, which will come from the Archangel Michael, or Michael, as I'm informed. And without further ado, that's the second time I've said that. Here we go. Greetings! We are the one who is called the Archangel Michael. Some call us Michael. You can call us whatever you like. It is to understand that for some of you in the northern hemisphere, you are in the middle of winter. And for those of you in the southern hemisphere, you are in the middle or approaching summer. And so it is to understand that regardless of your weather patterns, they are probably different. For indeed, your weather is changing on your planet, and many on your planet would have you very concerned about that. In other words, you are supposed to be very concerned about global warming. You are supposed to be, how shall we say, recycling everything you can, and that is a good idea anyway. But to understand, we do not worry about your planet in terms of its global warming. For indeed the solar flares on your planet are having quite an effect, and as you are well aware, these can change your weather patterns as well. And so we are reminded of the aspect of adaptation, adapting yourselves to the changes in your life, which for quite a few years we have been predicting. We have told you that the one constant in life is change. And that is the truth. So, as time goes on, and as you allow yourselves to grow and to learn, as you age, so to speak, which many of you are trying desperately to stop, and perhaps some have been successful, others have not, but the truth of the matter is, your life continues on, and you can adapt, you can change, you can shift your attitude, or you can dig in your heels and decide that nothing is worthwhile, and you are going to keep the attitude that you have always had, and that, of course, is your choice. We recommend, however, that you allow yourself to practice your flexibility, a topic that we have discussed many times in the past. And we would like to show you how to do that at this moment so that you can begin to enjoy more aspects of your life and allow fewer and fewer of them to create irritation for you. So in order to do that, we are going to ask you first to think about the most irritating thing in your life. What is bothering you the most? Is it a relationship with another? Does it have to do with your work? Does it have to do with your feeling of lack of purpose? Does it have to do with something physical? some sort of physical condition that is going on inside your body. Well, let's start with the latter. Let's start with what is going on in your physical body. The first question you might ask yourself is there a lesson here that I am refusing to learn? Does this have to do with advancement in my life? Or does it have to do with something from the past, something that I have refused to let go of? And if you have refused to let go of it, why? Is it pride? Do you not want to let go of the hatred for someone who has done something to you? Do you desire to hang on to the loneliness about someone who has departed from this life and in whom you feel a tremendous amount of sadness? Are you finding it difficult to celebrate their moving on, so to speak? And are you having what one might call a rather selfish reaction to what is taking place, focusing more upon your own feelings than allowing yourself to celebrate their movement forward into their next experience, whatever that might be? Perhaps the idea is that you could have a party for them. Perhaps you could celebrate the birth of their new experience. And whatever it is you think is missing from your life as a result of their departure, perhaps you could provide that for yourself. Maybe they didn't love you as much as you would have liked. Maybe they didn't love you in the way that you would have liked. Maybe they didn't love you at all. So, if love is sourced inside, and if you are able to generate it for yourself, which of course you can, if you give yourself permission to do so, by simply opening up your heart and allowing yourself to love self. And many of you are asking, how does that happen? How do you open your heart? Well, the first thing you do is think of words. And the words are, I love myself. I love myself with unlimited bounds. In other words, I love myself with every ounce of my being. I love myself with all of my energy. I love myself with everything I have. And I do it 24/7. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I do it with the food that I eat, by eating healthy food. I do it by exercising my physical body and allowing myself to walk or swim or run, whatever kind of exercise you desire. Whether it be isotonic or isometric, doesn't make any difference. But you move that physical body. Well, that is what it was designed to do. And if you have some kind of handicap, move those parts that you can move. And if you can't move certain other parts, for the time being, allow them to lie fallow, so to speak. Let them lie there and simply rest until the time comes when you can move them. Take the most positive attitude that you can. Give yourself permission to love yourself when you sleep. Before you go to bed, do not drink a great deal of fluid. You will probably have to rise in the middle of the night and eliminate it. And do not eat very much food, at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. But rather give yourself permission to fall into a peaceful state, a calm state. We watch many of you play your video games. You get all hyper and excited, killing this and shooting that and racing cars and doing all those things that you love to do. Do those things during the day, don't do them in the evening. Give your mind a chance to calm down. Give your heartbeat a chance to calm down. And by the way, when you're sleeping, are you sleeping next to electronic outlets that are creating all kinds of artificial energy around you? Maybe it's time to look at your bed decide to move it closer to a wall that doesn't have all of those outlets. Maybe it's time to turn off all of those appliances, to keep your computers and tablets and cell phones and mobile phones and things of that nature away from you when you sleep. Maybe the clock that you put in your room is a manual one rather than a digital or an electronic one. Maybe it's something that you wind up with a spring, something your grandfather gave you, something that's old and outdated, but still works, and works very well, because it doesn't interfere with the electrical biorhythms in your physical body, because it's not artificial energy, it's mechanical energy. And breathe. And before you sleep, you take the opportunity to perhaps engage in prayer. And we know that some of you don't believe in us. Some of you don't believe in a creator, a god, a goddess. Some of you don't believe in a greater or higher power, a stronger power. And that is okay. And if that is the case, instead of praying, instead of showing gratitude for whatever it is that you are grateful for, give yourself permission to imagine a scene from nature. Perhaps it is the ocean, perhaps a mountaintop, perhaps a meadow or a prairie, perhaps out in the desert where the sky is very clear and the stars are shining. No matter. Find yourself in that place, in your imagination. Place your body in the middle of the scene. If you are floating on the surface of the ocean, or if you are lying on the sand in the middle of the desert, feel the peace, the balance, the calm, and the harmony that rises up from inside of you, beckoning your spirit light or your spirit body to exit out of your physical body for an evening of traveling. Maybe you're off to the mystery schools where you teach, or off to the mystery schools where you learn. That is up to you. And in the process, imagine yourself in this peaceful place, resting, relaxing, and all of the common enemies that you would normally encounter, they are not there. The mosquitoes and the insects that would normally bite you, they're gone. And if you're in the ocean, the large ocean creatures that would frighten you, they stay away from you, because your guardians are around you, and they will not allow you to be harmed. And all of your favorite colors are encountered in this process. And all of your favorite sights, smells, and sounds. A kind of peace overcomes you just before you drift off out of your body, just before you flow through your third eye out into the ethers, out into the other dimensions, out into the other spaces. And breathe. And as you allow yourself to become more peaceful, as you allow yourself to drift off, just as you are doing now, and that is fine, allow that to happen. Just as that is taking place, a very protective shield of light flows around your body like the cocoon that we have described many times before. I give myself permission to sleep soundly. I give myself permission even to remain inside of this beautiful cocoon of white light, inside of this shell, so that I may rest my physical in boundless ways, as well as the energy below my hips. And allow yourself to begin to drift, to flow outward, out of the physical body, to have an out-of-body experience if that be your desire. Perhaps you can hear our voice, perhaps you cannot. It really doesn't matter one way or the other. And breathe. All right. As you continue to drift out and away, imagining other dimensions that you can flow to, give yourself permission to bring back whatever message, energy, tool, or learning you have acquired in the in-between, so to speak. And breathe. As you begin to collect and gather your things together, so to speak, allow yourself to imagine that you deserve to bring back whatever is necessary to shift and change your earthly experience. Perhaps it's your attitude that needs to change. Perhaps your attitude has been negative lately. Perhaps it's nice to show some gratitude for the people in your life who make such a difference to you, even when you find it difficult to appreciate them. Silence. Silence is something many of you have difficulty with on your planet. You are oftentimes prompted to speak, and the truth is there's really not much to say. Silence can be a very powerful place to park your thoughts and commentary, your vocabulary, your vocal desires. And breathe. So join your life. Join your process. Join all of the dimensions that make you up. Allow them to all come together, whether it be in your conscious or your unconscious. Allow all of the parts of self that make you up to come together and create a kind of festival, if you will. You can do this. You can put all of the parts together And you can find what it is that you seek in this life. You can choose to engage in peace. You can choose to engage in harmony. You can choose to create the balance of one majestic point with another, so that your heart can be opened up, restarted, if you will, and allowed to love at an even greater pace. So, for this period of time, for those of you that are remaining inside because of foul weather, whether it be cold or rain or snow, whatever it might be, and even for those of you who wish to venture outdoors and enjoy the sun, enjoy the balmy wind, so to speak, whatever it might be, give yourself permission to sit in the quiet for a few moments before you go to sleep, and prepare yourself, both your physical and your emotional bodies, for the sleep phase, which is ever so important to resuscitating, regenerating, and reviving your physical energy. May the one who is called the Archangel Michael, some call us Michael, you call us whatever you like. And by the way, 2 reminders: every now and then eat a piece of chocolate, just to remind you what it tastes like. And reminder number 2, don't forget to laugh, especially at yourself. Or indeed, you can take it all terribly seriously. Or you can give yourself permission to enjoy and to laugh and to have fun at the illusion that you have created so that you could muddle your way through it, so to speak. Much love from our side. Be well. Well, I'm back. I hope you're back. From Sandy and I in beautiful Todd, North Carolina, we hope that your life is going well. We hope that you and your family are healthy. We hope that you're living the way you want to be and enjoying all the things that you want to enjoy. Until next month, be well.